it's Sarah, and today I am so excited because I am bringing you another studying video for back to school. And I love doing these videos. I've been doing these videos, I think this is my third one for studying, and if you haven't seen the other ones, they will be in the playlist down below. Because I love studying and I want to help you guys do better in school. Are the tips and tricks to getting A's that nobody has told you before. The reason why I haven't told you guys them before, because I just recently learned them and I tried them out and it works so well. And I learned these in psychology class, so these are actually scientifically proven, so I promise you that these will work. By the way, before we get into this, I want to tell you guys two things. First of all, I'm sorry about the noise on my camera. It's because of the autofocus on my lens. I'm gonna go get it looked at because I want the noise to go away. It's super annoying. And number two is I will be announcing my giveaway for back to school on the 20th of August, and this will be on my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Snapchat. So if you're following me on all of those, find out who won my giveaway. I'm so excited. I'll be mentioning it in my next video, so make sure that everyone knows. Right, ladies. So yeah, I'm super excited for this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do it, and you can be notified every time that I upload a video, which is super cool. And this is a super long intro, so without further ado, let's just get on to the tips and tricks about getting A's that nobody's told you. So my first one is to study better and not longer. It is actually proven that you should only be studying for maximum 45-minute time periods. Normally about 30 is what I do, and then you take a break, get your blood flowing, and then restart again, because your brain can actually only take up to about 45 minutes of continuous studious learning. So take those breaks, give yourself some time to kind of just relax, don't use your brain too much during those breaks, and then restart again. Number two is something I feel like a lot of people don't know, and it's that highlighters and colored pens do not do anything for your brain. The only thing that's great about using colored pens and highlighters is it's good for organizing your notes. Really, it does nothing for your brain. So if you're gonna highlight something that's important, don't bother, because it's really not gonna change anything. It's not gonna make your eyes see it and think of it more. It literally does nothing. Number three is by far the biggest one, and I highly recommend using this. Keep your study environment the exact same as when you are going to take the test, or as close to as possible. So for instance, use the same kind of pen, even maybe the exact same pen, wear the same kind of clothing, the same kind of comfort, have your hair the same way, study around the same time as when the test is going to be. So if your test is during the day, which most likely it will be, study during the day, not at nighttime, because your environment's going to be different, your mood's going to be different. Try to keep everything the same. So a big suggestion is to not study at Starbucks. Everyone suggests going to different places, different environments, and yes, that works if you're writing an essay, but it actually works better if you study in a quiet place, because during the test, it's most likely that people aren't going to be having conversations, it's not going to be loud. Along the same lines, you should not be listening to music when you're studying, because during the test, I promise you, you're probably not going to be listening to music unless your teacher is very kind and lets you listen to music. And if you can, if you're in university and you want to actually check out the classroom and maybe study a bit there, if nothing is going on in there, do that too, because it is you'll get a feel for exactly how it's going to be during the test. You won't be anxious and everything will be good, and it'll train your brain to feel calm during your test. Number four is for when you are reading textbook material, is to read your entire section that you want to read. So say you're reading chapter 2, you want to read the entire section. Take your break after your 30-minute time, and then go back and reread from the middle to the end, because it is proven that you only remember the beginning part of whatever you're reading or whatever you're learning, and the end part, because in the beginning you're rehearsing it like, oh, I need to remember that, need to remember that, need to remember that, and the end is your most recent, so you learned it most recently. But the middle, everyone always forgets. I promise you, you will forget it. So go back, reread that middle part, so then that middle part becomes the beginning. This is a super confusing way to explain it, but just take the tip and I promise you, you'll be golden. So number five is about note-taking, and there are so many people that do not know how to take notes, and I literally think I just learned how to take notes that work for me like maybe a year ago. So this is how you can efficiently take notes, and it's so simple. All you have to do is read your material, then close the book or close the page, whatever you're looking at, process it in your head, and then find a way that relates to something in your life, something that you can remember it by, and then write it down in your own words. If you're just going to keep looking at the notes, right, it's only going to get through the first part of memory making, not become a long-term memory. So you need to process that, make it something that you're going to remember, and then write it down. So the last one for actually studying, I've mentioned in another video, but I'm gonna mention it again because this is seriously probably my favorite one, and it is to make practice tests. One, because it's great to actually get the practice in of how the exam's gonna go, and you can really figure out what you really need to study. But also, if you make up your own questions for these practice tests, it makes you think of every possibility that could be on the exam and makes you really understand everything. You're probably not going to miss anything because you can think of it as if you're testing someone that you really hate. You want them to get everything wrong, so you have to make the hardest questions, and then you answer it yourself, and you're golden. You get every single question that will probably be on the exam. Like, you might miss a couple or whatever, but try to get every single one that you can possibly think of and then write it yourself, and you will be so good. This is by far the biggest one. My psychology teacher told me that he's had students write to him thanking him so much for this idea because people literally get A's for it. I promise you, try it. The next two are actually how to get an A in class, and the first one is at the beginning of the semester or beginning of the class, beginning of the year, go and talk to your teacher and tell them what your goals are and ask them how you can achieve them. Even if you already know how you can get it, so it shows your teacher that you actually want to do well in their class and that you're really excited about getting good grades and working hard, and that just sets a really good standard. Sometimes teachers will actually give you hints or offer some one-on-one time to talk about stuff, so definitely do that. It creates a really good relationship with your teacher. The last one is to not be afraid to ask questions. I feel like everyone says this, but one thing that a teacher told me once is that there's most likely someone else in the class that has the exact same question, but they're also too scared to ask it. So if you ask it, you're gonna save their butt and yours as well. So that was the end of the video. I really hope that you guys liked it and you found these tips useful, because I really want to try to help you guys get good grades in school and really have a successful year this coming fall. I really want to know what you guys thought about it. Definitely leave me a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up if you did like it, and definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I love getting advice videos, style, makeup, everything, so make sure you subscribe so you can be notified every time that I upload a video. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!
Hi Sarah, I know that you're going to be editing this, so
Get me all the bright colors.
test.
Other people.
Had a time or two, and I know a lot of boys like you. You kind of smell weird.